Right now, a Dane County judge holding Assembly Speaker Robin Vos in contempt, but he says he's done nothing wrong. What the judge now wants him to do. Also, the search for answers continues in yesterday's deadly shooting in downtown Madison, as a person of interest in custody is now considered a suspect. And Mayor Rhodes Conway looks to improve energy efficiency for those living in low-wealth communities, how she's planning to do that. You're watching News 3 Now at 6. A Dane County judge's patience has run out. She's holding Assembly Speaker Robin Vos in contempt for not turning over documents. Vos now has a 2-week window to show he is searching for those documents or face a $1,000 daily fine. Political reporter Will Keneally explains where the case goes from here and what Vos's stance is. Will?
That's right. The case centers around who is in charge of the records in the Gableman investigation. The liberal group American Oversight wants to see Speaker Vos says he forwarded the group's open records request to Gableman, but a Dane County judge says that that's not enough.
We didn't violate the law. It's just whether or not she's willing to accept the facts.
Assembly Speaker Robin Vos told the Racine Journal-Times he has complied with the judge's request to search for records related to the Gableman investigation. But the judge says it's up to Vos to keep track of the documents, not to defer to Gableman to search for them.
Yeah, it's a liberal judge in Dane County basically using the power of their office to try to make us look bad.
But bill leaders of the Wisconsin Freedom of Information Council says Vos's refusal to present the documents sets a dangerous precedent.
If you listen to what Robin Vos's defense was to this, to blame this on the judge who's supposedly trying to just make Republicans look bad, it's clear he has actual contempt for the notion that he should be held accountable to anyone.
He hasn't seen an open records case get to the point of contempt.
That's a pretty extraordinary thing.
People need to see all the records, not just the records that Justice Gableman and Speaker Vos want you to see.
Melanie Sloan is with American Oversight, which is suing for the records. This suit is one of a couple.
We had another court decision recently where we were ordered, where Justice Gableman was ordered to hand over documents from that.
It's really them trying to stop our investigation. This all focuses back on them not wanting to get to the truth of what happened in 2020. But at the end of the day, a Dane County judge does what a Dane County judge does, which is usually hurt conservatives.
So we will see where it all goes from here. Vos can try his chances appealing to a higher, possibly friendlier Supreme Court, but bill leaders says that Vos is likely to lose that challenge.
All right, well, thank you. Former Governor Tommy Thompson is meeting with former President Trump in Florida today. That's according to WTMJ in Milwaukee. The meeting comes as Thompson debates running for governor and Trump running for president in 2024. Sources stress Thompson has not made a decision to run. His family is opposed to the idea. Thompson, of course, Wisconsin's longest-serving governor, 1987 to 2001. There's still time to register in person to vote ahead of the April 5th election. Tomorrow's the deadline for people in Madison to register to vote before Election Day. Clerks are also reminding people to bring proof of residence when registering. Proof can be a paycheck, bank statement, valid driver's license. If you aren't sure if you are registered to vote, you can check your status online at myvote.wi.gov, and we have a link at channel3000.com. You can also, of course, register to vote at the polls. Well, on a snowy start to the day, let's check your certified most accurate forecast with Chief Meteorologist Gary Kinalty. Gary?
Still have a few flurries in the backyard, not amounting very much with temperatures at or above freezing, but snowfall accumulations made it anywhere from about 1 to 3 inches. The heavier totals out toward Sullivan, down toward Monticello, and over toward Oregon. Madison officially 1.7 inches of snow, but even out in Crawford County, Gaze Mills picked up an inch of snow. Visible cloud track shows plenty of clouds, but they are starting to break up to our north and west across Minnesota. Some snow flurries out there. This looks more impressive on radar than it actually is. Just very light flurries right now in the backyard. Low temperatures this morning, just below freezing and cold enough to get the snow to stick to the ground in most areas. High temperatures today, middle 30s, so we melted some of the snow, especially on streets and sidewalks. And right now, temperatures are still at or above freezing for much of southern Wisconsin. Look for skies to clear out overnight. Temperatures dropping to about 22 by morning. Look for a sunny and a little warmer day tomorrow with high temperatures in the mid-40s, but we have another couple of chances of accumulating snow in the next few days. I'll look at that in the forecast in just a few minutes.
Gary, thank you. A deadly shooting in broad daylight just outside the Madison Police Department last night was targeted and premeditated, police said today. 2 people are in custody. One of them will likely face homicide charges. Naomi Coles joins us with more. Naomi?
No one's been identified yet, but we know the victim lived in Madison pretty much his whole life. Police said today he was just leaving the jail when he was shot, but when I asked if the victim had just been released as an inmate or why he was there, the chief said he didn't know. One family member was there when the shooting happened, which lines up with what a witness told us last night, saying they heard a woman screaming for someone to, quote, save her baby. Police say they haven't ruled out gang activity.
We had an officer who had just arrived here at the CCB and saw the victim. He was immediately able to provide aid until EMS was able to arrive. We had officers rushing out of the CCB in the direction of the gunfire to quickly secure the perimeter and the crime scene.
Moments after the shooting, detectives started watching surveillance footage, which helped them track down the two people they arrested later in a car near the Alliant Energy Center. This shooting happened by the city-county building where hundreds of people work. Police increased security for them today and for the rest of this week as it's left many on edge.
Naomi, thank you. And Mayor Rhodes Conway releasing a statement on the shooting. She says, in part, quote, last night's tragic shooting is disturbing to our whole community. My heart goes out to the family of the victim. The safety of Madison residents is our top priority. We will continue to work to make Madison a place where everyone can thrive, end quote. And police say a 19-year-old charged and recently arrested in connection with the deadly shooting outside of a Beloit high school was arrested in the state of Michigan yesterday. Amari Goodall was wanted in the January 29th shooting death of Jion Broomfield. Beloit Police Chief Andre Sales says police in Michigan were tipped off about Goodall's whereabouts. Authorities in Beloit filed charges against Goodall in mid-February. He's currently facing one charge of first-degree reckless homicide. Mineral Point police say they've arrested a daycare worker after a 4-month-old child died from injuries suffered while in the woman's care. Police arrested the child's daycare provider for, quote, neglecting a child with a death as consequence. Police said the child was in the woman's care February 25th, died days later at a Madison hospital. Staff at the hospital said the child died from injuries suffered in the alleged abuse. News 3 Now is not naming the woman at this time. It's part of a policy not to name suspects until they have been formally charged in court. She's currently being held in the Iowa County Jail. A teenager is in custody after walking around a Target store in nothing but his underwear while pushing and punching customers and employees. This happened at the Target store on Junction Road on the west side, just off Mineral Point Road. Witnesses say the teen was breathing heavily while not saying anything. When officers arrived, they tried to tase the suspect, who ended up hitting an officer in the head. The teen now facing multiple charges of disorderly conduct and battery. The man accused of killing 6 people, injuring dozens more after driving his SUV through a Christmas parade in Waukesha says he doesn't feel safe in jail. Darrell Brooks sent a letter to his mother saying guards paid inmates to spit in his food. Brooks also accusing guards and inmates of using racial slurs and threatening him. The Waukesha County Sheriff's Department reviewed the complaint. They say Brooks is being treated appropriately. Today, Madison Mayor Rhodes Conway joined Madison clean energy experts and housing advocates in a virtual press conference to urge the Senate to include affordable housing weatherization in their climate plan. Efficiency programs have been often out of reach for communities of color. Last November, the House passed affordable housing weatherization investments, which dedicated billions in rebates for homeowners and contractors to adopt and invest in energy efficiency. Now, local advocates are calling for the Senate to follow suit.
We can lower electricity bills, save people money at the gas pump, save on heating and cooling costs through energy efficiency. And we can create good, clean, green jobs in doing so. But we need the federal government to invest in this vision of the future.
The investments aim to provide key resources for low-wealth communities to improve energy efficiency in their housing stock, as well as generate new well-paying jobs in their communities. The DNR says a highly pathogenic strain of avian influenza has been found in wild birds in the state. The agency collected samples from half dozen birds, including a hawk and a bald eagle here in Dane County. This bird flu strain has spread in both the wild and also in domestic birds in numerous states since first being detected in North America in December. Officials are asking people to report cases of birds holding their heads unusually or showing tremors. The virus doesn't pose a threat to food safety. U.S. commuters may soon see prices at the pump start to drop. The president announcing the release today of 1 million additional barrels of oil per day from the federal stockpile. That's the largest such release in U.S. history, according to the White House. Officials also say this will help the country cope with supply issues throughout the rest of the year when domestic production is expected to increase. Still ahead on News 3 Now at 6, the city of Stoughton Stoughton wants to make better use of 2 parks. The new improvements they're adding as construction gets underway. Plus, the spring book sale returns at UW-Madison. We'll have details on when it is and how prices are affected each day of that sale. That's next.
You're watching Madison's fastest growing newscast. News 3 now at 6.
Attention homeowners, we started with 50, then 30. Now we've reached the final days looking for 20 homeowners who need a kitchen upgrade. Mad City is Wisconsin's #1 remodeler and trusted local source for gorgeous kitchen cabinet refacing installed in as little as 2 days. Completely and affordably transform your kitchen. Dozens of stain-resistant colors and wood finishes, soft close doors and drawers. But these are the final days. 20 homeowners who call now will receive special savings. Free installation on a cabinet refacing project, 18 months, no interest, no payments, senior and military discounts. We'll take before and after pictures and compensate you for your time. Call during this program for a free $50 Amazon gift card with your free in-home estimate. From Madison throughout South Central Wisconsin, call with zip code and location to qualify. Dial 608-298-5383. That's 608-298-5383.
There are so many things we take for granted, and along with them, sometimes we take the people who depend on them for granted too. How can they survive with record increases in their basic cost of living? And through no fault of their own, they're being left behind. If you or someone you know needs a hand up, our energy, water, and emergency rental assistance providers are working together to keep you safely in your home. You may not ask for it, but we're here to help.
For decades, Washington politicians have promised to lower the cost of prescription drugs. But every year the prices go up. Why? Because Republicans like Ron Johnson, and let's be honest, too many Democrats don't have the guts to stand up to the pharmaceutical companies. I'm Sarah Godlewski, and I want to bring practical solutions to Washington. That's what I've done as state treasurer. I'm Sarah Godlewski, and the big drug companies may not approve this message, but I do.
Welcome back. The Stoughton Parks and Rec Department is pursuing a project that would make better use of Mance and Riverside parks. The project includes a river walk, a pedestrian bridge connecting Mance Park to the redevelopment area, a trail connection from Mance Park to downtown, a whitewater park, and a new riverfront parkland.
The city, but also improve the ecology of the river by reconstructing the dam, and which will help water quality.
The first phase of the project is under construction right now with an expected completion date of August. The Riverwalk Park stage 2, that's expected to start construction next summer and finish next winter. Happening this week, the Friends of UW Library is hosting its spring book sale. Over the past 25 years, the organization has raised more than $1 million for the UW Library system through the twice-yearly book sale. The group selling more than 750 boxes of donated books to Fundraise.
And what's here is, the community gets to enjoy anew. So it's a great way, a great sustainable way to recycle books that you may no longer need.
Every day up to Saturday, the prices get cheaper. Today, there's no entry fee. You can check it out over at the Memorial Library on campus from 10:30 this morning. It'll run almost another hour until 7 o'clock. By Saturday, you can pay $5 to fill a bag with whatever you can fit inside that bag. Best of Madison Business Awards were held today. The event brought the city's top names in local business together for a luncheon and a networking session. Guests were offered stories and advice from the city's top business leaders. This year's honorees include leaders from Orange Tree Imports, Frank Productions, and Saris Cycling Group, among others. After the break, a potentially record-breaking month for tornadoes in the U.S., plus a movie star stepping away after being diagnosed with a rare neurological condition, what we know about it, and what can be done. Plus, what does the month of April have in store for us weather-wise? Gary's got the answer. Your complete forecast after the break.
Ashley's Spring Semi-Annual Sale is happening now. For a limited time, get a Serta Perfect Sleeper for less than $14 per month, plus $200 in free furniture. Doorbuster mattress discounts up to 65% off, and 5-day delivery on all in-stock mattresses. Right now and only at Ashley.
Most cabinet frames remain sturdy through the years, but wear and tear on the surfaces can dull the appearance. So don't replace, reface in as little as 2 days. Call Mad City Kitchens for cabinet refacing with custom hardware, new countertops, and more. Final days for 20 homeowners to receive free installation on a cabinet refacing project. 18 months, no interest and no payments. Plus, we'll compensate you for your time. Call right now for a free $50 Amazon gift card with your free in-home estimate.
Inflation has surged to a 40-year high. Democrats declared war on fossil fuels, so gasoline prices are at record levels. President Obama's chief economist says inflation is costing your family $4,000 a year. Why? Because Democrats are printing trillions of dollars to pay for their massive deficit spending. Inflation is the Democrats' tax on the middle class. I'm Ron Johnson, and I approve this message because I'm concerned about rising prices just like you.
Does anyone really remember who comes in second? No, they don't. That's why you've got to put it all out there and be relentless. Because to be the best, you have to elevate your game. Hy-Vee took breakfast to a whole new level with new items made fresh to order. So when it comes to the best breakfast around, they know fresh. And here's a simple takeaway. If you think you can find any better, then you don't know Hy-Vee and you don't know Jack.
At Wheatman Lawn Care, we believe that a lush, beautiful lawn should be enjoyed by the whole family. That's why we offer a kid and pet-friendly program to create a healthier, greener, weed-free lawn that your whole family can enjoy. Our program includes effective applications of targeted weed control and slow-release golf course quality fertilizer to achieve real results. Call or click today for your free quote, or sign up now and see the Weedman difference. Doesn't your family deserve a Weedman lawn?
Ashley's spring semi-annual sale is happening now. Spruce up this season with store-wide furniture savings. For a limited time, discounts up to 54% off. Plus, get an additional 10% off and pay no interest for 36 months. It's the spring semi-annual sale only at Ashley.
You are watching News 3 Now at 6.
For the first time, we're hearing the heartbreaking stories of Ukrainian refugees seeking safety here in Wisconsin, and some of those people have made it here to Dane County. A family of Ukrainian refugees has resettled in Fitchburg. They made it out of Ukraine with the help of their Wisconsin friends who they met almost 2 decades ago. As they told our Susan Simon, they made the decision to flee their home in Kyiv less than 2 days before the Russian invasion began.
What happens at the point where you say, we're getting out of here? What is that like emotionally?
It's extremely difficult to say go, just go or run or escape.
The family shares the details of their harrowing journey to safety and the start of their new life in America thanks to the power of friendship. The complete story. Join us tonight on News 3 Now at 10. Bruce Willis is stepping away from acting after being diagnosed with aphasia, a condition that affects about 1 million people in the U.S. Mandy Gaither has more on how aphasia impacts a person's life.
A heartbreaking announcement made by the family of a well-known actor, Bruce Willis, stepping away from the career that has meant so much to him after being diagnosed with aphasia.
Aphasia is the inability to communicate or difficulty using our language to speak, to read, write, or simply comprehend or understand what people are saying.
Dr. Babek Tusi, a neurologist specialist at Cleveland Clinic, says aphasia can happen suddenly after a stroke or brain injury. He says people with this type tend to respond well to speech and language therapy, but the other progressive type of this disease causes a gradual deterioration of brain tissue. Tusi says there's no cure and no medication that treats it.
It's all about finding new normal in communication day-to-day activities.
Tusi says early symptoms include trouble finding words, which gets more common, substituting or making up words, talking around words, using abnormally short phrases, and difficulty reading and writing.
Not being able to express yourself efficiently sometimes make you feel present.
Tusi says aphasia can also cause frustration and stress in the patient, which is why it's important for them to work on new strategies to communicate.
Well behaved today.
Most people who develop aphasia are middle-aged or older, but it can happen to anyone. The National Aphasia Association says nearly 180,000 Americans are newly diagnosed with it each year. It has been a scary month for tornadoes, with possibly a record number of them touching down in the U.S. This month alone, the preliminary count totals 214 tornadoes. If verified, That would be the most ever for March since 1950. The Storm Prediction Center says last year, March, had 191 tornadoes. Usually there are only about 80. Scientists say we are probably seeing more tornadoes earlier in the year because of climate change. Well, let's now check in with Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti. A complete look at our forecast. Gary?
Hey, even though we were dealing with snow, there was a pretty significant severe weather outbreak to our south over the last couple of days. These are just the tornado reports alone over the last 48 hours. And you can see there were tornadoes as far north as Kansas City, as far south as the Gulf Coast, as far west as the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and as far east as North Carolina. 48 in all over the last 48 hours. And look at all the severe weather reports, including tornado, high wind, wind damage, and hail reports. 435 reports all the way from New England back to Texas and as far north as parts of Wisconsin. Some small hail being reported there. Well, three things you need to know in the forecast. We're back to sunny skies tomorrow with temperatures in the 40s. We should melt a lot of the snow that fell last night. But if you're missing snow, well, we have more chances. Looks like we could see some minor accumulation from Friday night into Saturday morning and another weather system from later Sunday night into Monday morning, both of which could bring accumulating snow. And that'll keep temperatures chilly through the end of next week. I don't see temperatures returning to normal or above until next weekend. As we check out high-resolution Doppler radar, some very light flurries, very hard to be detected on radar, but these will be ending this evening. Looks more impressive on radar than it actually is, just because of the fact that the radar beam is hitting the snow up in the clouds and not necessarily near the ground. As we look at future track snowfall for the system tomorrow night into Saturday morning, could be looking at about a 1 to 3 inch snowfall with the heavier amounts favored to the north and west of Madison. Temperature is going to be very critical. A couple degrees warmer. It's mainly just a cold rain. A couple degrees colder, could be a couple more inches of snow. And then another system, this is from Sunday night into Monday morning, brings the potential for maybe another inch or two of snow. This is showing a couple of inches more. The earlier computer model run, the latest update, shows a little bit less. But again, temperature is very critical for whether we get snow or a cold rain or a mixture of both. Temperatures right now, cold enough for snow, lower 30s through Wisconsin, 30s as far south as southern Missouri. So the cold air has really dropped southward as the jet stream has buckled for a time being as that big storm heads up the eastern seaboard. To the west, temperatures are a little bit milder, but another little dip in the jet stream will come to the north or to the south and east, in from the north and west, and bringing us that next chance of snow late tomorrow night into Saturday morning, and just reinforcing the cold air. That's behind this cold front here. Right now, just a trough of low pressure, just giving us the snow flurries. But temperatures are cold enough for snow statewide. To the west, they're still pretty cold. They're a little warmer over the Dakotas, but as we look at future track, as skies clear out for tonight, those temperatures will drop into the lower 20s. Highs tomorrow, mid-40s with sunny skies. Then here comes that next weather system. Again, the rain snow line, very critical. Moving up north or south a little bit could make a big difference in whether you get sticking snow or just a mixture of snow and rain. And then by Saturday evening, skies are already starting to clear, and the next system comes in for Sunday night. High of 44 tomorrow, mostly sunny skies, not as cold. On future track, during the day tomorrow, sunny skies, but then the rain and snow arrives late tomorrow night into Saturday morning, clears out by Saturday afternoon. Snowfall amounts 1 to perhaps as much as 3 inches north and west of Madison. 7 to 10 day forecast, chilly through the weekend. Again, that rain and snow chance Sunday night into Monday. Mainly rain Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday with temperatures in the 40s, some flurries at night. And then finally, by next weekend, temperatures will be at or slightly above normal.
And coming up in sports, Johnny Davis declares for the NBA draft. How he made his big announcement. That's next on News 3 Now.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Save big on gas Friday, April 1st during Hy-Vee's annual April Fuels Day sale. Earn a 50-cent fuel saver for every $50 purchase. Spend $100, get $1 off per gallon of gas. Friday, April 1st, only at Hy-Vee.
Attention homeowners, we're looking for 20 homeowners who need a custom kitchen upgrade. Call Mad City Kitchens and be amazed at the before and after difference with cabinet refacing. The quick, affordable alternative to a traditional remodel with attractive styles and colors like Cascade White, Chocolate Pear, and more. With upgrades you'll love like soft close doors and drawers, countertops, and a new sink installed in as little as 2 days. Don't wait to call. 20 homeowners will save with free installation on a cabinet refacing project. But these are the final days. 18 months, no interest and no payments. Senior and military discounts. We'll take before and after pictures and compensate you for your time. Last chance to call during this program for a free $50 Amazon gift card with your free in-home estimate. from Madison throughout south central Wisconsin. Call with zip code and location to qualify. Dial 608-298-5383. That's 608-298-5383.
Tony Evers, all of them. They talk, schools close down. Police are attacked, belittled. Critical race theory flourishes. They talk. One person does something. Kevin Nicholson has organized thousands of Wisconsinites to support our police, get kids back in school, and stop crazy teaching. You want talk? Talk. Or something done? The doer is no-nonsense Kevin Nicholson as governor.
Not all accidents happen on busy freeways. They happen in neighborhoods like yours. No matter where your accident happened, Gruber Law Offices is here to help. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Save big on gas Friday, April 1st during Hy-Vee's annual April Fuels Day sale. Earn a 50-cent fuel saver for every $50 purchase. Spend $100, get $1 off per gallon of gas. Friday, April 1st, only at Hy-Vee.
When war breaks out,
I don't know what will happen.
Until a local couple takes action to help their Ukrainian friends.
We need to get her to the United States.
Susan Simon shares the powerful story of two families bonded by compassion. Tonight on News 3 Now at 10.
My time here at Wisconsin was great. It was an unforgettable experience. I thank all my coaches and my teammates that I had in my corner. And with that being said, I'd like to announce that I'll be declaring for the 2022 NBA Draft and hiring an agent, and can't wait for what happens next.
And there you have it. Johnny Davis has officially declared for the NBA Draft, and it's a decision we all saw coming after the season he had. Davis was named the consensus first-team All-American, the Big Ten Player of the Year. He's a finalist for the Naismith Player of the Year and the Wooden Award, and is projected a top 10 pick. If selected on June 23rd, he'd be the first Badger taken in the draft since 2015, when Frank Kaminsky and Sam Decker were selected. It's great to be Wisconsin softball right now. The Badgers opened up Big Ten play with a sweep of the Hawkeyes. The last time UW started conference play 3-0 back in 2013. Better news this weekend is their home opener. For the first time in nearly 3 years, fans will be back at Goodman Diamond. The only issue now is the snow and the cold. Two things the Badgers say favor them.
We woke up and thought it was April Fool's. I mean, seeing snow, but we say all the time the cold favors us. So you're playing Indiana, it's a lot warmer down there when they make the trip here. So if it's cold weather, I think against any team, we've got the advantage. 2019 was the last time we had that spring season. It was a heck of a year for Badger softball. So I think we're looking to recreate the magic, and it's always fun to play in front of fans.
Gone are Jack Sanborn, Leo Chanel, Fayon Hicks, Matt Henningsen, Colin Wilder, Caesar Williams, Noah Burks, and Scott Nelson from Wisconsin's defense. That's 8 starters from last year's squad that Jim Leonard has to replace. But according to their new leader, it's not a rebuild for that union. The Badgers are reloading because the expectation is still the same.
Expectation, I feel like, shouldn't change because, you know, we still got the same coaches, we still have the same motive. We still have the same goals, so the expectation shouldn't change. It might look a little different for different people, which it always should, because nobody's the same, but essentially we're trying to get the same job done.
Quick final check. Still snowing out there? A little flurry?
A couple of flurries. They'll be ending soon.
All right, we'll have more tonight on News 3 Now at 10. Have a great evening.